What's going on? It's the RapNerd, and it's a new week, so you know what that means. It's time for another physical media haul vlog. Now, I am definitely later than usual because Amazon doing their thing. I got a lot of movies way later than I was supposed to get them, and I figured I would just collect them all and then present them to you in one haul. So that's why this video is coming at you way later. So I'm gonna start with the new release of this week. There were two major ones that I'm gonna get to, and then I'll show you the ones that I picked up over the last week and a half. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So the first one that I picked up this week is this Halloween 2 Steelbook. Earlier in September, Halloween 1 released, and I showed y'all that. So I had to also grab Halloween 2. And Halloween 3 is scheduled to come out later this month, and I also ordered that. Halloween is my favorite franchise, period, from all movies. 78 is my favorite movie of all time. So you know, anything that's exclusive when it comes to this franchise, I am going to grab. This is an Amazon exclusive. And similarly to Halloween 1, you have half Michael's face, and then you have a sequence from the movie here. I think this is a gorgeous steelbook. I love this. Then when you turn it around, you have the blood tear coming down in a sanitarium right here. Just a very, very dope piece of artwork. And it's cool because when you open it up, you have both sides of it. Love Halloween 2. Easily one of my favorites in the franchise. And then inside you have the Blu-ray, the 4K, and I believe special editions in the back, right? Then inside you have that sequence from the school when Michael breaks in and writes Sam Hain on it. Love this art, man. Love, love, love it. And I just saw, it's not special editions. One of these is a DVD, and it's the television version, which is pretty cool. So that's a nice bonus to add to this. And honestly, I hope that they release all of the movies in steelbook format like this, because I'm going to buy every single one of them. Again, I already have all the DVDs with the franchise. I have all of the Blu-rays and the 4Ks, but more Halloween, I'm gonna grab it. So love it. It's on Amazon right now. It didn't sell out, so you can easily pick this up if you are a fan of these movies, or you just want them on a steelbook format, because I don't have any of these in steelbook, so that's why I'm really picking them up. So Halloween 2, had to add it. So there was another really big release this week that I don't have right now, but it is making its way to me, and when it does arrive here, I will definitely do a video to show it to y'all, because it's another holy grail like the Dark Knight one. So just putting that out there now. But let me get into the joints that I picked up last week. So this is one that Amazon kind of screwed me on, and I couldn't get release date, but I threw a hitch fit and I finally got it. And that is this Superman Steelbook. As soon as this thing went up for pre-order in July, I ordered it because I loved the movie. And then when I saw that this was the book, I was like, I have to have this. This Fortress of Solitude cover right here. Chef's kiss. I honestly had my eye on something like this since they released that Superman collection with the Fortress of Solitude. Being though I'm not really a fan of the Christopher Reeves movies, I know that might be blasphemy to a lot of Superman fans, but you know, I don't really like any of those movies. I actually prefer all of the modern day versions, even Superman Returns, over those films. So I had to grab this, man. So turn that around on the back. And what makes this so damn cool, if you haven't seen it already, because it's been out for like a good week, is when you lift that up, it's like the fortress opens and you can see Superman and Crypto right there. And if I'm not mistaken, I did see that this emblem glows in the dark, so that's a nice cool additive as well. And then when you open it up, you get the Blu-ray and the 4K. You got Superman walking through, dope imagery. And just a continuation of the scene. I love when steelbooks do this, where they kind of wrap it, you know, between both sides of the steelbook. So when you turn it around, same thing. Excellent artwork, man. So one of my favorite releases of the year by far, and I'm sad to say that if you did not get your hands on this pre-order link, the only way you're gonna be able to get it is via resale, and they're selling this thing for like $100. So thoughts and prayers to the folks who wanted this but couldn't get it. Not to joke around, but resellers are screwing the market up thanks to Best Buy folding. I think that was the biggest issue with resellers, because I've always seen films being resold online, but usually it's out of print stuff. I've never seen this amount of new releases be on the resale market the way it is. It's nuts to me. But anyway, this is one of my favorite releases, and I'm finally glad to have it in my collection. Just super dope. Now, this next one is one that I saw on Lionsgate Limited that I had to have, and I got it when it released. I believe the middle of September is when it dropped, but I got it, and that is Daybreakers, the 4K Steelbook. I love this movie. This is one that used to come on Sci-Fi all the time, and I used to watch it all the time. I think I even went to theaters to see it, but it's a vampire movie, and in my opinion, this film feels like what Blade Trinity was supposed to be, where the world has been taken over by vampires, and you have a few humans still running around. It's a cool movie, honestly. And this Steelbook is like kind of like, I don't know if it's called holographic or what this is called, but you can see it right there. And it's a slipcase, so you turn it around. And I love me a Steelbook with a slipcase, man. And then up, and it's pretty much the same cover as the slipcase. That's the back. I actually need to watch this movie again. Haven't seen it in a while. That's the inside, and this is just a 4K. It only cost me about 30 bucks. But Lionsgate Limited, the problem with them is you have to pay for shipping regardless of the price. So that's the only stickler, but it sucks because everything that they have released this year has been heat, so I just can't pass it up, man. So it's inside. And then that's the back of what the disc is, which is really dope. So very pleased with this release. Lionsgate Limited has not missed at all this year. Even the ones that they've released via Walmart or Amazon, all of their steelbooks have been great for every movie they've released this year. And they are a force to reckon with when it comes to just great art and steelbook. So keep an eye out on Lionsgate Limited because a Descent steelbook is coming. No idea what it's going to look like, but it's going to be mine. But for now, Daybreakers, so happy to have it in my collection. Now this next movie was one I kind of got screwed on as well, and that is Jurassic Park Rebirth. And when I initially tried to pre-order, it sold out, and they told me that I'm just not gonna get this until October, and I was pretty pissed off. And I was gonna cancel and buy from somewhere else, but honestly, Amazon had it for the cheapest for some reason. On Walmart, this steelbook is like $45. On Target, I think it's $55. And everywhere I saw it was this price, but Amazon had it for like $35. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just wait and just let it get shipped to me. So finally got the steelbook, glad I have it. And though I'm not a huge fan of this movie, I was very disappointed. It's a Jurassic Park movie. That's like my second favorite franchise ever. And I still can find some enjoyment with it, knowing what I know about the movie, because there are some cool things about it. I like this steelbook anyway, and I just bought the collection, so I figured I'd keep building on my steelbooks with Jurassic Park. So that's the front. That is the back of that. And again, this is one that wraps around. Pretty cool. Not the greatest artwork, but I rock with it. You get the infamous water scene, Blu-ray steelbook. That's the boat right now. So I'm pleased to finally receive my steelbook for Jurassic Park Rebirth. Now this next steelbook I was very on the fence about because I feel like the stock image did not do it justice as a steelbook, but I'm glad to have bought it now because having it in hand, it looks a lot better than what it seemed to be in the images. And that is 28 Years Later. There's another movie that I thoroughly enjoyed that released this year. Love the franchise. I think eventually they're gonna release 1 and 2 on steelbook, so might as well go ahead and grab this to add with it. But seeing it up close, I like it way, way better. You can really see the details in it, like the forest and the son and father walking right here, and then down here you can see like the zombies going that way, and of course the skull is for the Bone Temple, which is dope. And I like that this matte color, I thought it was like more white, but it's actually gray, like kind of heather gray with like some what is it, some distress to it. So it just looks a lot better in person than it does. And then you have the back, which is fire right here, man. That little island the little bridge leading to the island. That is so damn dope. And I almost feel like this is foreshadowing to Bone Temple, because I feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like zombies are going to make their way here and shit is going to be chaos. But that's for another time. But that's the back right there. And I think when you open it, it looks really freaking cool together. So dope. Then you have the inside, and again, I love when the disc differentiate like this, you know, the 4K and then the Blu-ray. This is fire, this inside. And if you know the scene, what a heartbreaking scene this is, especially to have it right here. So 28 years later, one of my favorite films that released this year, and so happy to have it in my collection. Now this next one I was a bit on the fence with as well, because I don't think the Steelbook design is nearly as good as its predecessor, and that is Megan 2.0. I think they tried to keep the color scheme with the Megan Steelbook where she's in the box. That Steelbook is fire. But overall, I think this is just okay, but it's way better than the standard. And I actually enjoyed this film. You know, it's wacky and crazy as it is. So having both of them on Steelbook, why not? So this is the front. Of course, you see Megan walking with a sword, I believe. And this is the back where Megan originally was in the movie. Got the inside with the 4K and the Blu-ray here. And yeah, Robot v Robot. Oddly enough, I feel like this was a pretty fun movie. It was a nice sci-fi thriller that had some pretty decent action sequences. They leaned into it all the way. And yeah, like it enough to buy it, so that should tell you enough. If you flip that, it's both sides of the front. So Megan 2.0, don't know if I can recommend this to you, because it really depends on what kind of film watcher you are. This is definitely a B movie, just like the first one, but even more out there and campy. So it's like a sci-fi movie with a budget. If that sounds like something that's up your alley, give it a watch. I think it's on Peacock right now if you have that, but I'm just happy to have it on my shelf because I enjoyed it. So those are all of the movies that I picked up this week. Let me know in the comments, what did you buy? You know, did you get the big joint that I'm talking about? If you know what it is, go ahead and comment below. And let me know what I may have missed, or what you picked up that may have been not a new release, but something that you always wanted. And I urge every physical media collector to show their photos and make videos talking about what they picked up, to show the companies that we are still out here buying physical media for good prices. So if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you already are subscribed, thank you. And until next time, peace.
RapNerd Productions, no capping, that's word to mommy. Instead of banking on it, now rapping is just a hobby.